So how is it going, Dank Division? Danked in here, and finally I can show you some visuals to talk about the details in regards to Call of Duty Vanguard Season 2, and this is going to be covering pretty much some of the leaks and details that we've covered over the past few weeks. So let's dive in. So as you're already well aware, way back on January 19th, we found out that this season was going to be delayed. And boy, oh boy, has it been a long couple of weeks. We have been pretty much dragging ourselves through Season 1, and finally we had it that Call of Duty decided to tweet the official image of Vanguard Season 2. So let's talk about the image and first dive into the operators. So the first one we're going to talk about is the young lady that we see in the dead center. We're going to zoom in on her so you get a better image of her. Now, a lot of people are just saying who she is, but not giving a very good description. So this is Anna, but no one's deciding to tell you that this is Anna Drake, who was born in Vienna, Austria, where she enjoyed hiking and skiing in the nearby wilderness. Her life was destroyed, like many others, during the Nazi invasion. Let's just say Kristallnacht destroyed her home, her heritage, led to her family and friends being executed, and her, of course, being taken as a prisoner. She is now the last of her family to be alive, and somehow, while being held captive, which we all know how German camps are, she somehow miraculously managed to escape and, of course, joined the resistance. Now, the next person we're going to just kind of gloss over because there's no description for him yet is Gustavo. That is the nice gentleman that we see wearing the ghillie suit with the mask with the snake on it, which, not going to lie, that is definitely going to be something that I'm going to have on me relatively fast. So this next operator is something completely out of the blue, and that, of course, is the man on the left, Thomas. Now, Thomas was, of course, born in Quebec to a French father and a Spanish mother, and, of course, grew up in Spain. Let's put it this way. What makes him so intriguing is the fact that this man was a volunteer of none other than the Mackenzie Papineau Battalion, or for short, the MacPaps. For those of you who don't know who this is, this group was a battalion of Canadians who fought in the Spanish Civil War in the late 1930s on the Republican side. Now, if you guys want to learn more about that, I will leave a link in the description down below, but we're going to pretty much continue to talk about our boy Thomas here. In World War II, he ended up driving around tanks. Of course, his battle experience over the years has hardened him, but only out of care for his soldiers in an attempt to send as many people, if at all everybody, back home. He loves his partner, and of course, pending he lives to see the war end, is optimistic about returning to him after the war ends. Now, those are your three operators that you see on screen. Now, there have been leaks in regards to the weapons. Now, for those of you who already watched my previous videos, this is going to be more of a rehash than anything else. But for those of you who don't know, let's first talk about the Chow Chop. Now, this little French fucker has been around since World War I and was very limited during World War II, and I'll explain in a little bit. Now, this piece of junk had 262 of these little things built, carried around a 20-round mag, and had a slow rate of fire of 240 rounds per minute. The cartridge was just, let's put it this way, we're talking about an 8mm Lebel, and that's not exactly something you want to be proud of, because that is a fucking bullet introduced to France in 1886, and that was being used in World War II. Dear God. Just to put it bluntly, there are people who have claimed that this is the worst machine gun ever to be fielded in the history of warfare. And Call of Duty is thinking about throwing this bad boy into Season 2. Now, you can take that as a win, you can take that as a loss, you can just, honestly, at this point, just kind of take that. Now, the next weapon we are going to be discussing has some decent potential. That, of course, being the KGM-40. Now, this Swedish beauty was designed in 1933, production, of course, beginning in 1940, and, of course, ending in 45. Now, this bad boy uses a 6.5 by 55 millimeter Swedish caliber, and has also a 20-round mag. What makes it more intriguing is that at least it has a faster rate of fire, thank God, of 450 rounds per minute. Now, what this was apparently designated as was the MG35, or, well, 36. And, well, let's put it this way, the barrel itself, its original barrel, included a flash hider over the muzzle right off the bat, and this thing had no belt feed provision, so it relied solely on a box mag similar to the Swedish bar. Now, what's funny is that this gun was actually meant to replace the bar, but ended up getting replaced by none other than the bar itself, which is kind of hilarious to think about. So, let's now talk about what we see in the rest of this image, that of course being the tanks. Now, it's already been talked about and leaked that we could be, and quite possibly are going to be seeing ground war. For those of you who don't know how ground war works, picture it almost being similar to the battlefield mode Conquest, of taking capture points while also blowing your enemies' heads off. Now, we have seen how this works in Modern Warfare, that we have seen tanks all over the place, but there is the tweet, of course, that we have seen from Call of Duty that hints at something that could get a little hectic. The fact that they say the front lines are getting reinforced, get ready for armored war machines coming to Vanguard and Warzone. Ladies and gentlemen, the last time that we saw any armored vehicle, specifically the armored trucks, in Warzone, we ran into the invisibility glitch. I am praying that we do not see history repeat itself, which, know your history or be doomed to repeat it, would be kind of ironic if we end up seeing yet another invisibility glitch. Now, whether or not that would be a good thing to be seeing tanks, I'll leave that up to you, having a 4-person thing for the tank. I mean, you also have it that we have the 4-person bomber that has already been leaked, in which case that thing is self-explanatory. It's a 4-person fighter that allows you to pretty much drop bombs on people, have an anti-aircraft gun. Well, I believe there's actually 2 of them, and this thing is pretty much built like an air fortress. Now, whether or not people are just going to camp in this thing to survive for prolonged periods of time, that remains to be seen. But we'll have to kind of wait and see how that one plays out. Now, what has people kind of sitting on the edge of their seat is the explosion that we see in the background. Now, some people are claiming that this is just a random explosion. However, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Caldera is pretty much built around a dormant volcano. Now, anyone who knows anything about volcanoes that are dormant, multiple explosions can cause a volcano to easily wake up. Now, some people are claiming that it is, some people are claiming that it isn't. However, when I look at the black clouds that you see in the background, as well as just the ground in front of them and everything around them, it looks like a volcano that is coming to life. Now, with that being said, there are other leaks that do exist out there, but we are going to wait for some more official news before we kind of dive into that. And believe me, I have every intention of covering it as soon as, well, I get off of my day job. With that being said, that is pretty much all I've got for you guys for today in regards to this image. I want to see the comments down below. What are your thoughts on the operators, the guns, the potential behind having tanks in Warzone? Dear God, I want to see a fucking long shot. I want to see some dumb fuck with a sniper get fucking leveled by a tank. I also kind of want to see how these weapons play out. I'm, again, curious to see how the operators are going to work, how we're going to see things go with the battle pass. But again, look forward to those comments down below. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to click that like button, and as always, drop that comment. I love the conversations I have with you guys. Don't forget to click that subscribe button to keep up to date on all of the things that are going to be happening in regards to Call of Duty. Also, don't forget to join that Discord. I will leave a link in the description down below so that I can pretty much keep adding in the leaks that sometimes can't end up in the video, but can most definitely end up in the Discord server. So to all of you guys out there, you guys have a wonderful day, night, whatever you're doing, do it wholeheartedly. And of course, as always, this is Dank Dan, signing off.
Get them to hit that subscribe button, Dank. It's the only way we can figure out the numbers.
15.
What do the numbers mean, Dank? We're wasting valuable time.